Alright guys, Automotive Inquiries, I'm back. Reinstall this, got the fan cleaned out. So you couldn't see all the little pieces of dust and everything that flew out. But those 2 or 3 guys right there is what is going to cause that humming sound. And if we just kind of take a peek back in here, I mean everything's all cleaned out. Do not use water to clean this out, just use compressed air and some time. I said you can use like a women's fingernail file to clean each one of those tines out. You need to go all the way around, everything like that, get all those guys out, and then just blow it out again, you're golden. So, one last little thing. There is a little area up there you can blow out. Don't stick your finger up in there, it's super sharp. But you can blow that out with the compressed air can. So, and then basically this guy just kind of goes back like that. You can see a little lip here on this right here. Oop, finger's not long enough. So this lip right here is going to go back in that groove, and then just remember your pieces, if you will. So I'm going to set you down for 1 second. Alright, now that I got it in there, like I said, it's just going to squeeze back up in there, and then these 2 holes right here are going to line up for the 2 screws. Just remember the screws that you took out, where they went, set them aside. That little 2 wires that was coming off on that probe, everything's color coded, so it's going to just connect back to the little blue in here. And then you have a fan motor one here, that's just going to click back in here. Again, everything's color coded. And then once you get this lined up, well, drop the GoPro. Let's see here. So now we're going to get these 2 screws in. And then there is a rubber boot right here. It has a lip on it. You squeeze this little spring clamp and just push it over with your finger until it clips all the way on there. And like I said, this ridge right here is going to go over that lip, so you'll know if you have it or don't. And you won't need any silicone lube to get that hooked back on there. And then once you get that down there, you know, just put that little spring clamp on. Now we did take this one on up here, and I'm gonna forego the time of putting the screws back in while I got you on here. Just push this back down, make sure it lines up. You might have to squeeze the pipe. You get to go back in there. Alright, well, that's going to go back in there. You're going to line up the screws that you took out of there, which may be flat blade or not. And then from here out, we had to take this guy down. So it had 1 screw in it. It also too hooks up right there in a little groove. Once you get it kind of hooked in there, it'll stay. And then we're going to reach over here and find the 1 screw. Like that. Line up our hole. I apologize for all the jitter. I wish I had somebody else to stand here and help me, but I don't. That's plastic, so don't over tighten it. We didn't unplug that piece, so we're good there. And then there was a little wire tie type screw that clamps in. You can see back there is a little hole for a screw. It looks like this. All it was just holding the wires together so they don't vibrate and stuff. So set you down and install that. Alright, so installed that. It's right here. Like I said, it doesn't connect anything. It just holds the wires up together away from everything. Then we had our control panel. So that's actually just held on by a lip here. Right there. And like I said, it just kind of just lays in there, if you will. And then you did have to disconnect it, but the wires will stay on top. But if you think you might need to mark them, feel free. This is your thermostat. So it goes underneath the screws and the washers. Tighten it down. Again, it's plastic. Don't over tighten it. So now that we're there, make sure everything's just kind of hooked. It's gonna hook here, hook up here on top first. We didn't disconnect anything else. Everything's good to go. Everything's good. Now we reach over and just grab our front plate. It has just a little bit of a lip, but it's held on by 4 screws. And then you can see right here, this just kind of fell back into place, if you will. I'm gonna set you down while I install those screws. Now last but not least are the trim pieces. I just lay them down the exact way that I took them off. And they basically just have these little clips on them. These little corresponding places right here. And then you're just gonna put them back in. They're just for pretty anyway, so if you want to leave them off you could, but other than that, make sure you get your top pipe pushed back in, which I'll do. It's gonna take a little bit of wiggling. And then you can plug it back in and it's ready to rock, and I guarantee you this will fix your problem, guys. So I hope this saves you some money. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Please subscribe. If you want me to do the vinegar rinse out on the Rinnai, I can show you that and what you need to do that if you would like. And I hope that this helps somebody and saves them some money. I'm not sponsored by anybody, so please do subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to get notifications necessarily of my videos. But it would definitely help me out. Thanks and take care.